It's me again, Deborah from BodyGarbage, and today we will be master batching our soap making oils. So we're going to start with our base recipe, and then we're going to go to our super fat recipe. Now, you guys have been following me or watching me for a while. You know that I started out using, making hot processed soap. So I've also always been accustomed to super fatting beforehand and before the cook and after the cook. But now, since I ventured off into cold processed soap, for me, it's before the trace and after the trace. So it kind of works out the same way for me. So I need all of these oils to make you guys' soap complete. So if you like to see how I do it, come along with me and let's get master batching. Pounds. This is an 8-pound bucket. So let's see if I did my calculations right. I'm going to tear that. I'm going to start off with my soft oils. It's just a little bit easier for me. I have my calculations already done and down packed. So and this is canola. And trust me, I'm not not talking to you guys on purpose. Well, I kind of am, because I just want to make sure that this is all exact. I do not want to have to redo any calculations or add anything to my recipe. Okay, so we got that one down. So I have been totally catching up on my shows. You guys should be proud of me. I'm caught up on the season of Deadly Women, like I was telling you guys before. And these, they had an episode up there, you guys, where these women were really killing off old ladies. And I just didn't understand it. If you want something out of life, then I need you to figure out a way to get it. Not rob and murder people, especially little old ladies. They've never done anything to anybody. It was just ridiculous. And then both of the women that killed the older women in this episode put bags over their heads. How cruel could you be? And again, I have to add this disclaimer. I'm totally not a serial killer or anything like that. But serial killers do fascinate me. I've always been interested in horror films and different things like that. If you're a horror fan out there, let me know. Leave a little thumbs up in the comments. But yeah, so I've been catching up with that. I'm finally all caught up on American Horror Story, and I'm kind of sad because this week is literally the last episode for this season. This better not be the last season, because they kind of okay, that's exact. They kind of combined all of the plots for all of the seasons. Just about, except for, I believe, season 6, which is Roanoke. I haven't seen anybody from that season yet. So I'm hopefully they have another season coming, because this is this is my favorite show that comes on it's not, is it network television? It comes on cable television, because I don't think FX is a part of regular. Okay, we need a pound of this as a part of regular TV, but I know I do need to catch up on Greenleaf. See, I watch an array of things. It's not just all about crime. But if you guys watch that, please let me know what's going on. I have not been doing my due diligence and keeping up on that. I'm so happy I make soap and I don't do reviews for television or TV shows or anything like that because I would suck. I'm usually watching something on YouTube or like Netflix or Hulu, and they have some good shows on there as well. Like I'm into like all of the Marvel stuff on there on Netflix, and then Hulu had a good show called Light as a Feather. I don't know if you guys have watched that, but if you haven't, you should really check it out. Okay, so that's accurate. But back to Greenleaf, I haven't, what is this, like the third season or something like that? I haven't really got to the third season as of yet. So I really need you guys' help with this. Because I know like the lady, her name is Grace or something like that. Her parents are now going through a divorce. And I saw a commercial the other day where she's like, you know, is so-and-so my dad? Like, what's going on? And I'm so lost. I'm not caught up at all. If you guys watch that show, please bring me up to date. It's coconut. Please bring me up to date because I have no clue of what's going on. That was a big plop. I have no clue, and I need to be in the know. And my mom is totally not reliable because even if she does tell me what's going on, it's not everything. So it's like I'm still wanting more. But yeah, so you guys catch me up on that if you watch it. But back to Light as a Feather, that show was like creepy and insane all on its own. And I cannot wait for the next season. I'm kind of actually now waiting for, if you watch anything on Hulu, if you have Hulu, the third season of The Handmaid's Tale. And I'm really trying to, I don't even remember what the girl's name is, but they called her a Fred in the show. And I'm really trying to figure out, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for anybody, but if I'm not, like, I'm really trying to figure out how the second season ended. And she, like, gave Warren, or whatever the girl's name was, she gave up the baby that she had for Fred to her instead of her running away with her. And it's like, okay, you just ran away. You basically stole your child back from the family that it was, you know, technically supposed to go to. And now you're like running back in the night. Like, where are you going? Like, what are you going to do? Because you have nowhere to be. Like, they're going to, I'm really thinking they're going to put her on the wall. Like, I know she's a main character, so I know right now that's not going to happen. They're going to jail her or something. Like, something has to give because I'm so confused. Like, I know she probably is staying back because she has another child that they actually stole from her. And, obviously, you know, as a mom, you know, or anybody with a conscience, a human being, you would want to do anything to fight for your child, to get your child back. Like, your family is not complete unless everybody is, you know, there. But if you never seen or watched Handmaids before, or The Handmaid's Tale rather, because that's exactly what the show is called, it's basically the premise of, you know, like an old age type of town. There's like these people that have taken over the United States. Nobody can have children in the world no matter where you are, who you are. It's a very select group of women, mainly the women in the United States that can actually get pregnant. And even if you can get pregnant, it's no guarantee that you can, your child will live or your pregnancy will go full term. And they have like doctors there that are saying, like basically it's really the men, that are sterile and it's not the women. And one of the wives, she was actually the one who started all of this. And now she's basically miserable and an itch bay, if you will. But it's like, all of this is your fault, my love. Like, you did this. So at any rate, what they did after they took over the government, they forced women into sexual servitude. So it's like weird how they have sex and everything as well. But all of these guys are middle-aged and married, and they have well put together Stepford wives that they don't have any physical contact with, because they're using some portion of the Bible that says you're only supposed to have sex if you're procreating. Obviously, if they believe that women are barren, they're not having sex with them because they can't have children. And they're only allowed to have sex like around the cycle time of a female. Like, they kind of like have this weird way of calculating it. It's weird and it's insane and it's juicy and it's good. And a Fred is like the rebel from hell. So I think if you guys have Hulu and you haven't seen that show, you need to catch up before the third season comes on. It's like 12 or 13 episodes per season. It may be less. I could be wrong. But it was super good. And I'm just like really waiting for it to hurry up. And I'm almost done. This is my coconut oil. And if you hear that music in the background, I play cartoons for Kobe, which is the Shih Tzu. He's the baby, to keep him occupied. When I'm doing things like this. So that way he won't bother me too much. I won't bother him too much. And I can stay focused on what I'm doing. And last but not least, we have this one. I'm going to tear this out again. And this is palm oil that actually never re-solidified last night. Oh, let me see it. It's sounding really liquidy here. It didn't re-solidify. It must have been warm in my kitchen last night. But I just actually melted it down and mixed it up just to make sure that all of the stearic acid and everything that's in here is well incorporated and nothing has settled at the bottom. So I'm just going to give this a little mix again. And put in my master batch of oils right here. And this is going to be enough soap for, enough oils, for 4 soaps. Because that's what I'm doing this week, is making about 4. I do about 2 to 2.5 pound batches of soap. I'm still small scale, which is fine. Everything happens all in due time. And right now I'm comfortable where I am. I need to finish mastering, you know, the batches and everything that I have, which I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm very proud of myself from where I came. I first started off doing just natural soaps, just hot process. And then I ventured off to doing fluid hot process, and then a countertop fluid hot process. And I wanted to make sure that I mastered hot process before I went to cold. And the whole premise of that idea was, you know, I know a lot of people say that doing cold process is basically more advanced, but to me, the challenge was doing the hot process soap. And that's because basically, you know, hot process soap to me is the way that soap was made back in the day anyway. They basically cooked their soap before, you know, they used it. Nobody was sitting around waiting for 6 to 8 weeks making cold process soap. And that was my premise of it, you know, like how my great grandmother, you know, or anybody like that would have made their own soaps. So that's where I came up with that. And then I wanted to do more artistic stuff. Not saying that I can't do it with hot process. I just wanted to try the cold process since I never had done it before. And it's been a process. It definitely has. But it's also been working out for me. So I'm not, this went off. I'm not angry about it at all. Like, I'm really glad that I decided to challenge myself, if you will, and move on to something else. I still am going to do hot process soaps, and I'll probably keep it the same way that I've been doing it. My natural soaps will be hot process, and then my cold process soaps will be more artistic or artisan soap. I haven't decided yet. So, or it'll just probably be whether or not I just have the patience for waiting on cure time, or, you know, making the soap. Because hot process, depending on the route you go, the traditional route of, you know, letting it cook, fold over on itself and everything like that, that takes time. And the only benefit to me of cold process soap is that I can get more done within an hour than making just hot process soap. That's really it. But you guys will find more about that when you see the video of my story. So I'm going to finish this. That's really basically it with the master batching. I took my recipe and I multiplied the oils that I use by 4 because I'm using 4 soaps. I'm going to melt these down, and I'm going to mix them up to make sure that they're all incorporated, and leave them to the side until I'm ready to use them. And once I'm ready to use them, I will melt them down again, mix it up again, and I will pour out the pounds that I need for the amount of soap that I'm making. And that's it. So, I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked our little chat. And I will see you guys in the next one when it is time to master batch our super fatting oils. So, if you did like this video, please do give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. So thank you guys for watching. Once again,